Hey y'all, don't forget to subscribe and click that notification button so you don't miss a thing. Also, come follow us on social media at Disney Food Blog. Hey everybody, it's AJ for Disney Food Blog, and today we are going to talk about some hidden Disney holidays on the Disney calendar. These are days that you may not know are holidays. You may not know that they happen every year, but they do impact and affect the crowds in Walt Disney World and what happens in Walt Disney World. So these are good things to know about if you're planning a trip for 2019 and you maybe aren't aware that some of these days, these hidden Disney holidays can sort of pop up during your trip. Like I said, it can affect the crowd levels that are there, it can affect the kind of people who are in Walt Disney World at that time. And it may be something you're interested in scheduling your trip for specifically to be sure that you're there on these special hidden Disney World holidays. All right, let's get started. First up, it's really good to know about the races. Run Disney, for those of you who don't know, Disney has a whole arm that creates races like marathons, half marathons, 10Ks, things like that. Those are very, very popular. Lots of people want to run those races. They sell out a year in advance. But that means that during those weekends that those races happen, the crowds can definitely swell. There's going to be a lot more people there, and there's going to be closures, road closures all around Walt Disney World so that the people can actually race on those roads. So if you're trying to get from place A to place B very early in the morning when the races are actually happening, you might run into some serious traffic. You might be rerouted. Your bus ride might take a lot longer than normal. Disney's usually pretty good at figuring out their own personal transportation, but if you're driving, you could really be stuck in a bind. So the times that the races are happening that have been announced for 2019, the Disney World Marathon is happening January 9th to the 13th, 2019. The Princess Half Marathon weekend is February 21st to the 24th, 2019. And the Star Wars Rival Run weekend is April 4th to the 7th, 2019. And with the interest in Galaxy's Edge, I think that Star Wars run is going to be super popular this year. The marathon weekend in January is always extremely popular and it's always pretty crowded. So be prepared for that if you've got your plans set for the 9th to the 13th in January. Another one to be aware of is the Wine and Dine Half Marathon. This actually just happened last weekend, but it will probably happen at the beginning of November in 2019 as well. It hasn't been announced, but that's usually the weekend that it is that first weekend in November. The next thing to know about is May the 4th. May 4th, 2019 is the unofficial holiday for all Star Wars fans, of course. May the 4th be with you is the pun that's intended there with May the 4th. And so on May 4th, 2019, you'll find lots of Star Wars fans, Star Wars eats, Star Wars merch, Star Wars snacks all around the parks and things like that. So that can be a slightly busier day, but it's often a fun day to be in Walt Disney World if you are a Star Wars fan. Next up, the park anniversaries. So Magic Kingdom's anniversary or birthday is October 1st, 1971. Epcot's birthday is also October 1st. That one is in 1982. Hollywood Studios' birthday or anniversary is May 1st, and that opened in 1989. I remember it well. And Animal Kingdom is April 22nd, of course, Earth Day. So if you are there on a park anniversary or a park birthday, you can expect to have specialty pins, maybe a button when you first walk in. There's going to be special snacks and eats for that day. Animal Kingdom always has a big to-do on its birthday because it's also Earth Day, so they always have plenty of great snacks and fun things to do that are special just for that day. So if you are planning a trip for around a park birthday, be prepared to be in that park on that day. See if you get any cool, unique snacks or a special souvenir button, things like that. Next up, Atlanta Braves spring training. The Atlanta Braves have their spring training camp at Walt Disney World at the ESPN Wide World of Sports, and this is from February 25th to March 23rd, 2019. If you are an Atlanta Braves fan, if you are a baseball fan, maybe head down that particular time frame, see if you can catch a few practices, head over to Wide World of Sports and maybe get some autographs. That's a good time to go down there if you've got a budding baseball player in your family as well. The next one I want to talk about is Dapper Day. This is in the fall and the spring, November 17th and 18th of 2018. So that's the one coming up this year. And then April 27th and 28th of 2019. Dapper Day is a day celebrating looking fancy and dressing up. There's often a kind of 20s and 30s, maybe even 40s and 50s feel to the way the Dapper Day celebrants dress up. Anyone can participate. It's not an official holiday by any means, but every once in a while you will see special cupcakes, special treats that celebrate Dapper Day just that one day. Now, they do also have Dapper Day in Disneyland, but they have started doing it in Disney World as well. So get your favorite dress, get your favorite Disney bounding outfit, get your parasol, and all of those fun accessories to head over on Dapper Day or Dapper couple of days and celebrate. The next set of unofficial Disney holidays is Gay Days. This happens in Disney World August 15th to the 18th of 2019. Those are the specific park days. The whole event runs August 13th to the 19th. Gay Days is not an official event. It's basically an opportunity for the LGBT community to celebrate in Disney World together. You're looking for red shirts, the unofficial uniform for Gay Days. So if you do want to head down during that time frame, be sure to bring your red shirts. It's an event that's run, of course, it's not run by Disney, but it is an event, so there's other events happening throughout that week. And Disney will actually put out rainbow merchandise, rainbow snacks, and things like that in the parks to celebrate Gay Days, even though it is an unofficial holiday there. Next up, the day after the Super Bowl. If your team is playing in the Super Bowl, we all know that my Buffalo Bills will not be playing in the Super Bowl this year, which makes me very sad. Maybe someday I'll get to see the Buffalo Bills in Walt Disney World after they win a Super Bowl. Oh, come on. Okay, I'll stop whining. If your team is in the Super Bowl, maybe book a little trip to Walt Disney World the day after, because you'll be able to see your quarterback riding through the streets of Walt Disney World in the Magic Kingdom with Mickey Mouse. They have a huge celebratory event the day after the Super Bowl because, of course, as you know, every quarterback says, I'm going to Disney World after they win the Super Bowl. The next unofficial holiday, or I guess this is kind of an official holiday, but you should know about it if you're headed down, is Mickey's birthday, which of course is November 18th, 1928. And this year he is 90 years old, so there's tons of stuff happening for this big, huge birthday for Mickey Mouse. So you're gonna see a lot of great snacks, eats, celebrations, events, all about Mickey Mouse all over the world, really. But definitely when you're in the Disney parks, you will see big deals for Mickey's birthday. And along the same lines, Walt Disney's birthday is December 5th, 1901. So on December 5th, you will often see some specialty eats or cupcakes or other things commemorating Walt's birthday. Other holidays, not really holidays, but events to be aware of when you're going to Walt Disney World are the festivals. In Epcot, which I am going to start calling Festival Land, they have festivals pretty much all the time. The only time of year that there's not a festival running in Epcot is in the summer. It's really funny. Some people call it Diet Epcot because there's no festival running, so there's no food booths in Epcot. So it's kind of a smaller version of Epcot when you don't have a festival running. So here's when they are in 2019. The ones that have been announced. Well, first up, we'll start with the Festival of the Holidays. Festival of the Holidays in Epcot starts November 18th, runs through December 30th, 2018, so that's starting here real soon. The International Festival of the Arts is the next one coming up. That'll be January 18th through February 25th of 2019. That celebrates the arts of all kinds. There's dining packages, there are food booths everywhere, great events, some specialty workshops and things like that coming up for the Festival of the Arts. Then the Flower and Garden Festival is next. That is March 6th to June 3rd in 2019, where of course you're going to learn all about flowers and gardens and gardening. And there's tons of great food booths there as well. And then, of course, my beloved Food and Wine Festival. It's going to be finishing here November 12th. They haven't announced the dates yet for next year, but be sure to stay tuned to Disney Food Blog and our newsletter, and we'll let you know when the Food and Wine Festival starts for next year. And finally, one more thing I want to talk about are school breaks. As you know, there are some specific times of the year to avoid if you're able to. So that would be kind of the holiday season. There's going to be a lot of crowds because school is not in session. That's one of the times that families are able to go. So summer months, school holidays, and that also includes the long weekends. So Veterans Day, Columbus Day, President's Day, Martin Luther King Day. Those long weekends are often weekends that turn into full weeks of vacation for families because they don't have to take their kids out of school for as many days. So those can be crowded weekends, those 3-dayers. So be sure to think about when the kids are on school break to consider when the crowds might increase a little bit as far as planning your trip. So there are a bunch of unofficial holidays, official holidays, and things that affect the way that the crowds go in Walt Disney World and the types of people who are in Walt Disney World at specific times. So if you want to hang out with a certain type or group and they happen to be there for Dapper Day or Gay Days or the day after the Super Bowl, you can join your tribe down in Disney World. Or you can also consider times that things might be a little bit more crowded, whether that's the Run Disney Race weekend or maybe school breaks, that you might decide not to travel during those time frames to sort of lessen your crowd experience. So I hope that helps. This is deep track kind of information for your Disney planning, but it may actually help you to have a better trip next year. If you want a list of all of these pseudo holidays or real holidays, we can get that for you. Head on over to disneyfoodblog.com/Disney calendar and sign up for our newsletter, and we'll get you a PDF with all of these dates for 2018 and 2019 that might affect your trip planning. Again, that's disneyfoodblog.com/Disney calendar. Thank you guys for listening. Thanks for watching. This is AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we'll see you real soon.